Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody's all doing well. In today's video I want to talk about Fury vs Wilder 3, the trilogy. Unfortunately, Joshua vs Fury is off due to Wilder winning the arbitration case sometime last week. I think the trilogy's been set for July 24th, I believe, in Las Vegas at the Raiders' new stadium, which is pretty cool. I think they'll be able to get quite a big crowd in now in Vegas. I think they're going to have something like 15 to 20,000 people in there for that fight, so the atmosphere is going to be pretty crazy. Similar to the second fight, which, Fury dominated that fight. Now, like I say, a lot of people are extremely disappointed because of the way Fury won the second fight. They look at it like there's no reason for there to be a trilogy. Fury dominated the fight. He dropped him 4 times or something like that. And forced the corner to throw in the towel in the 7th round, I think. So, and as well as the first fight, I thought Fury won that fight pretty comfortably as well. Aside from the 2 knockdowns, I thought it was a pretty clear win for Fury. He stacked up, at least 9 rounds or whatever out of the 12 in that fight. So, look, I look at it as Fury's up 2 fights to 0 against Deontay Wilder, but Wilder's always going to be dangerous. That's why I'm not majorly disappointed. Now, I would rather have seen Fury versus Joshua and, have an undisputed champion, one face, one name, as Wilder likes to say. But I'm not majorly disappointed because, look, we've got a great boxing schedule at the moment. Joshua's going to fight Usyk, which is a great fight. I'm going to do a video on that fight as well. And, with Fury versus Wilder, Wilder's always dangerous. He's always got a puncher's chance. He's got a great right hand. The rest of his game may have a lot of flaws and a lot of holes in his game, but that right hand of his is always going to keep him dangerous and keep him live in a fight. So going into this Fury fight, he's a live dog in this fight, no doubt about it in my mind. Now, obviously, if Fury doesn't overlook him and Fury comes in and performs up to his ability, then it should be another clear win for Fury and probably a stoppage victory again, I would guess, for Fury. But look, Wilder's deadly with that right hand, so he has a chance in this fight. And also, look, Fury and Joshua, they may overlook their opponents. There's a danger of that, especially with Fury, having beat Wilder so easily in his last fight. He may underestimate Wilder or just not take it as seriously as he needs to, and that can create problems in this fight. So but if Fury takes the fight seriously and he trains as he should, we've seen John Fury, he's nervous about this trilogy because he didn't want this fight to happen. He wanted Fury to move off of Wilder and go for Joshua because that's what all the talk was about, and that's who Fury was focused on. Now he's got to go back and fight Wilder again. This could be bad news for him. He may overlook Wilder, and Wilder's extremely determined, and I think Wilder's going to go for broke in this fight because Wilder himself knows, look, if he loses to Fury a third time, or a second time officially, but a third time in everybody's minds, then his career is pretty much in tatters. Where can he go from there? Is he going to go back and fight contenders? Is he going to fight the likes of Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz? I'd really like to see both those fights, but I'm not sure at his age, I think he's about 35 years old now, that he wants to go back and do that. He's got enough money. He's had 3 huge fights with Fury. So look, he's set for life. If he loses this fight, I'm not sure, he'll continue boxing. He may just retire. I would like to see him continue boxing and fight Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz, but he may retire after this fight. And as for Fury, he cannot afford to overlook Wilder and lose this fight, because if he loses this fight, I'm pretty sure Wilder won't give him a rematch, because Wilder saw that Fury and them try to move off of him. He's not going to give them a rematch. Besides, he doesn't want to see Fury again. He knows Fury's the overall better fighter, better boxer, bigger man, bigger, stronger, faster fighter. So if he gets lucky and lands one of those big right hands, he's not going to want to give Fury a chance to get the belts back. So Fury can't afford to lose this fight, because if he loses this fight, he's going to be in a really bad position in the heavyweight division, and he may never get to be the undisputed champion. So he's got to take this fight, he's got to be laser focused on this fight at hand and get the job done. I think he will, though. Like I say, I think Fury's too good a boxer for Deontay Wilder. I think his defense is too good. I don't think Wilder's really going to be able to land too many right hands on Fury. And if he does, I think Fury will probably be able to see the right hand coming and therefore ride the blow, taking some of the sting and venom out of the right hand. And I think Fury's going to do what he did in the second fight. He's going to push Wilder back. He's going to bulldog him. He's going to big man him, because that's been shown to be very effective against Deontay Wilder. He's a very lanky, skinny fighter. He has no inside game. He also hasn't, in my opinion, he has a decent jab, Deontay Wilder, but he doesn't use it enough. And Fury's got the better jab, so he's not going to win a jabbing match with Fury. He can't beat Fury on the outside, because we've seen Fury outbox him, and he lands, the better, more effective shots, and more shots, should I say, from distance. And then when Fury decides to close the range, Deontay Wilder has zero answers for that on the inside, because he hasn't got an inside game. He's very skinny, and Fury's a lot bigger and stronger. He leans on him, he roughs him up on the inside, he leans on him, he wears him down, and it showed in the rematch. Wilder has no answers for that. I don't think he's going to be able to develop answers for that. I don't think he can develop an inside game, in the space of a year or whatever, 2 years, or however long it's been since they last fought. I think it's a little over a year now. Probably be about a year and a half when they step in for the rematch now, or for the trilogy. So I don't think he'll be able to develop an inside game. I know he's switched up a couple of trainers. He's brought Malik Scott in. He's still got JDs with him, but I don't think he's going to be able to develop, an inside game in that amount of time. And I see Malik Scott's got him doing a lot of head movement and slipping shots and countering. I don't think when he gets in there and there's a live opponent against him and somebody starts throwing real punches at him and starts hitting him, I think he's going to go back to what he knows, which is not effective against Tyson Fury, pulling straight back. I think, like I say, I think he's in over his head against Fury. Fury's just the bigger, better man and out of the two. And I think Fury's going to end it. Yeah, I think it's going to be, another dominant stoppage victory for Tyson Fury. But look, the fight's going to be exciting before, during, and after. The build-up will be exciting. The actual fight will be exciting, because forever how long Wilder's in there, he's dangerous with that right hand. The second fight showed it was a good, entertaining fight. And I know it was dominant, but Fury put on a clinic in the first fight in terms of boxing skills. Wilder managed to knock him down twice, so it was a very exciting fight. The rematch, Fury came out. He made some adjustments with the being more aggressive, using more of the Kronk style. And, that was an exciting display from Fury. It was a dominant display. And so I'm sure the trilogy is going to be an exciting fight as well. And then after the fight, it'll be exciting as well, because, both guys have very big, passionate fan bases, and it's going to be entertaining to see how they react to the trilogy result. Because, after the second fight, you saw Wilder's fan base was up in arms, making all kinds of false accusations about, he cheated, his suit was too heavy, the gloves were loaded, the gloves were off his fists, his tracksuit weighed 200 pounds and this and that. So, it's always going to be exciting when these two guys step in the ring. So I'm looking forward to this fight, even though I would rather have seen Joshua versus Fury. But Wilder versus Fury, it's a good fight nonetheless. I'm picking Tyson Fury to win by a mid to late stoppage, same as in the second fight. Now, Deontay Wilder, like I say, he's a dangerous guy, so he's a live dog in there. But in my opinion, his only chance is a puncher's chance. If the fight goes the distance, it'll be a clear victory for Tyson Fury, in my opinion, even though he got robbed in the first fight. It'll be a clear victory for Tyson Fury on points if it goes the distance. However, I don't think it's even going to go the distance. I think Fury's going to stop Deontay Wilder, like I say, in the mid to late rounds. Let me know what you guys think. Who you guys picking in this fight? Are you guys even interested in the third fight? And let me know, who are you guys picking in this fight? Am I overlooking Wilder? Let me know, guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.